Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the commodities update video where we do net gas and UNG as well as gold, silver, and the US dollar. So we'll be looking at the support and resistance levels as well as what's the most likely scenario the price action will be heading into later this week. And I'll be recording the stock market update video right after this one. And we'll be doing QQQ, S&P 500, as well as Tesla, Nvidia, Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and meta-analysis. So make sure to check that video out if you guys are trading the stock market, because it was a really choppy day and it's a lot going on today in the market. But let's take a look at natural gas. So natural gas, very clear resistance and support still. We are still chopping in range, so it's going to be breaking soon. So at the end of the pattern, it's going to be end of October. But obviously, we don't have to go to the end of the pattern for it to break. But so it's getting really tight. After we'll be closing around here on Friday and going into next week and see how tight it's going to get, right? We're pretty much just, see, 1.5% above and about 1.5%, 2% ish below. Really tight up the range. And today we pretty much have another rejection from this resistance again on Friday. And today is a more follow through from the bears. So essentially, we will just be looking at this pretty much tightening into later in the week. And if the bulls can hold this 2.85 zone and bounce, then we may get a chance to break, retest this downtrending resistance again. But if the bulls can't hold 2.85, then we're probably coming down to 2.8 first. And then we'll see if bulls can hold that and bounce from there. If bulls can't hold 2.8, then we're going to come down to test this bottom support level, Maroon line again. Three levels that bears need to break, and as well as bulls need to play defense there, and to see who ends up breaking this range. Daily is in a neutral trend, so move up. Now this Friday's candle is below Thursday's candle, so we are in a daily consolidation. So meaning this is the pullback. So we can't say this is the pivot being set yet, because this pullback has no signs of slowdown at this given moment. When we zoom into the hourly chart, hourly is in a downtrend. So as long as hourly downtrend is intact, we can't confidently say this is the bottom of the pullback. Let's say we start to form, like a double bottom, we bounce and we retest it again, we bounce again here. Then we can say, we have a chance of here being the bottom set. But if we bounce and then confirm hourly uptrend from there, then we can say very likely that was the bottom of this consolidation. As of now, we don't even have any signs of that, any shape or form. Just one little green candle. We could have said the same thing right here, right? This bounce was nothing. Didn't change a single thing of the structure on this bounce. Lower. This could have, and this bounce as well could just bounce up to here. Nothing, doesn't change any of the structures, and go lower. So right now we can't confidently say that this is the bottom of the bounce until we see more signs of price actions on this level. If hourly trend is going to be our guide, we'll just, this teal looking line, which is a 12 EMA, currently is rejecting from it over and over. So as long as it continues to not get over 12 EMA, then the bears aren't in control for the hourly time frame, at least in the short term. All right, let's take a look at UNG. So UNG right now, we are similar action, chopping with this falling wedge. So essentially, as long as it doesn't get out of here, it's still going to be in it, chopping around. And it's still just, in that middle of this range where it's center of this whole structure, top of the structure, bottom of the structure, and it's just kind of going back and forth within it, which makes sense because natural gas is getting really tight as well, right? So it's not really doing much, right? You have up days one day and the next day is down, and just getting really tight. So it makes sense where UNG is also, in that range, chopping around. So we should get some volatility soon. Latest, we get to end of the October. Let's see, we get some breakouts from this range, and we want to see increasing bull volume or bear volume when it breaks out of this range. Obviously, if it breaks below, we want to see increasing bear volume, and if it breaks above, we want to see increasing bull volume. get more follow through. That will be the time to get in or get out. When that happens, as of now, we just chop sideways and wait. And let's take a look at the hourly chart to see if UNG on this 6.62 has any information as well for us to say this could potentially be the bottom. As of now, nope. Same thing. Hourly downtrend intact. Can't get over a 12 EMA. And signs of it being the bottom as of now. It could we could bounce from here, this 2.686, as well as this level, and then tomorrow, and then we form the bottom. But as of now, I cannot say that is the bottom. Us, because both of them are holding support 6.63 and 2.86 on the natural gas. So this could be the bottom, but I wouldn't say it's bottom because we're just guessing at this point because there's no price action for it. All right, let's take a look at oil. So oil finally has confirmed not confirmed, hasn't confirmed yet, but on Friday I said it's a big enough drop already where we can very likely confirm a daily downtrend. But we just kept on dropping today, so no trends have changed yet. We're currently in a neutral trend because we have broken below prior daily uptrend pivots. You can see these are the pivots. We have broken below the pivots, so now we went from an uptrend to a neutral trend. So the next time oil bounces, there is so much room now that even if we bounce, all the way up here, that bears have rooms to confirm daily downtrends now. So we'll see. We'll be watching the size of this bounce. Let's say we bounce from, let's just say potentially this is the bottom of this drop, and we bounce. And we bounce all the way here, it's still a bear flag, right? As long as it doesn't bounce above 38.2% of the drop, it's still a bear flag. So from the top of the drop to the bottom of the drop is 100% drop, right? And the bounce, if it doesn't bounce over 38.2% of that drop, is considered a daily bear flag. So it can bounce, chop around here, and then if it breaks the prior low, that's a confirmed bear flag as well as a daily downtrend confirmed. But even as of right now, we cannot even say that this is the bottom of the drop. So this could just have another candle down and then bounce, right? If we zoom into the hourly charts, it's literally just confirming its hourly bear flag right there, and it's still going through. So we don't have any signs of it potentially marking the bottom here. We may get a bounce down here, 78.8, because there's a lot of support here. So that may be the temporary bounce if we come down for another leg. And then from there, we'll see the size of the bounce and give us more clues. If we get a strong bounce, right, another 50% bounce, then that's totally different. That would start to favor the bulls again. But as of now, bears are in full control on the hourly and short-term time frame. So yeah, they had a bear flag this morning right here, and then confirmed because we broke that low. So it's still an hourly downtrend. No signs of fake outs. All right, let's take a look at gold. Gold, all the metals are just in free fall because the dollar has just been ripping like nobody's seen before. So at this moment, the dollar has not showed any sign of slowdown yet. So we'll take a look at the dollar right after gold, which is incredible. And gold has also broken a couple of supports already, and key supports. You can see this one was the maroon line was the key one here. It was bouncing 5 times here, bouncing another 3 times here. We tried to bounce for it once, like for one day, and then dollar just ripped higher at breaking resistance, and then we just flushed through it. So breaking resistance, you can see all this increasing bear volume as well, all the way down here. And so where would gold be sitting next? Let's take a look here. It's like gold is so oversold, it doesn't even matter anymore because it's more fundamental than technicals. So we don't want to look at just because it's oversold, it's going to bounce. It was already oversold up here, and it's still going. But we're getting to some levels of strong supports down here. You can see cluster of volume here, double bottom here. So we're getting pretty near a support zone potentially make it a temporary bounce here. And it's due for a bounce, but doesn't mean that once we bounce, we're going to come back all the way up here, right? But you can see the size of this drop. Any kind of bounce could just be a weekly, daily bear flag, right? So, zone, support zone at this 1821 and 1800 level. And hourly charts, absolutely zero signs of bears. I'm sorry, zero signs of bulls anywhere to be found. You can see even on the hourly charts, no fake outs. So it never changed the trend to an hourly uptrend. Actually, we had one. Let's see. We had a mini one here. Hourly uptrend confirmed. Retest of that, that maroon looking resistance, that important one that I had. So we bounced, tried to bounce off of here, right? Broke through it, retested, rejected from it, and then flushed. Yeah, hourly trend will be our guide as long as hourly trend is a downtrend and can't get over the 12 EMA, this teal looking line. See, you can get over here as well. A little bit of fake out here when the dollar dropped. I remember dollar dropping on Friday. I think it was, for that little 15-minute downtrend on the dollar. It dropped and then it just reversed. And the dollar just went, just kidding. And then we inverse correlation on the gold. As long as it can't get over this teal looking line, 12 EMA, exponential moving average, it's really not going to go anywhere. It's just so weak. You can see it's just like trending down on it. Every time we touch it, it just rejects on these levels. And we can figure out the 4 hour. There's never a fake out here on the 4 hour. It's always in a downtrend. Complete downtrend. It's just a little pivot here as well. And then downtrend continues. So yeah. And let's take a look at dollar for us to get more see where the dollar potentially may top out. As of now, we don't want to guess, but we can speculate where it potentially may top out because there's no signs of slowdown. I remember talking this on Friday where it says we just bounce off of the 12 EMA and we just form upper wick and daily uptrend is still intact, just like we had all these pullbacks here. See another test of the 12 EMA right here on the daily, bounce off of that. Another pullback, bounce off of that. So as long as daily uptrends, hourly uptrends, 4 hour uptrends are all intact, dollar is just not going to like all of a sudden like roll over, right? We need structures, takes time to build. And so we zoom to the hourly at least to see if the very first step we want to see from bears is an hourly downtrend. So we had one here. So this was the very first hourly downtrend for since a very long time. I think it was hourly oversold. Let's see. It was hourly oversold. So the very first hourly oversold, marking the bottom of the daily consolidation, means it's this really strong bull trend. So I know it sounds complicated, so I'm gonna try to make more sense of it. So the very first hourly oversold in a daily uptrend, right, where it marked the low of that consolidation. So you see we're in an uptrend right here. So that's a consolidation, meaning we pull back below the prior candle. And then we had another consolidation right here. And that daily oversold level at that same spot marks that low. And then we bounce off of that, meaning that's a really strong uptrend on the daily. So you can see right here on the hourly oversold under RSI is under 30, which is this spot right there, marking the low, which is on the daily chart is this low right there on that consolidation. So that means it's a really strong uptrend and no sign of slowdown yet because obviously dollar has closed at the top high of its day today and probably would have kept going if we had more time. Closing a high of its day just means or low of its day just means the bulls or the bears could have more time, could have gone higher if we had more time, or the bears closing on low of its day, meaning they could have more drop if we have more time. Doesn't always mean that way, but the psychology of it is just like that. And so let's zoom out to the daily to see, let's see if there's any strong resistance above us. So all we have left is this cluster, which we have strong resistance at 107.247. You can see all these wicks, upper wicks, rejections over here. So between where we are now, we have a couple of resistance here. You can see a little bit of wicks here as well on the spot where we're at. So pretty much this spot where we're currently closing and a little higher as well, we'll have resistance. Yeah. So between here and let's see how many percent that would be. We are 0.3% away from that strong resistance. So 107.25 is a much stronger resistance than the current one we are sitting on right now. So if we get over that, then we're probably heading to 107.27 is. And if it's going to mark a top, then I would say 107.5 would be a better spot than where we are currently sitting. Because if we get over that, then there's not a lot of resistance above 107.25. We'll be heading straight to this part of the lower wick, which would be close to be 107.7. Yeah, there's a little bit less resistance from 107.2 between this zone right here. You can see a lot less volume trading this zone, so it'll be very easy for dollar to get up to 107.7 if we do break that zone. And nobody really wants to see it going up, because if you're a stock market bull, then you want to see the dollar slow down a bit. If you're a metal bull, you definitely want to see this dollar slow down. But if you're a bear, of course, you would want the dollar to keep going up. And yeah, so we will see. We'll know when there's times of slowdowns, because once we get another hourly oversold, it doesn't count as the first time anymore, right? If we get another one, if we come up here and then we get another hourly oversold like that, then the bulls won't be buying as much as they did when they get the very first hourly oversold. It would just be this would be the second hourly oversold. Then it won't be as notable to buy anymore. We'll see what happens when we get these clues shaping up for us. And let's see if we get another hourly oversold, right? And bulls just buys the whole thing, right? Then we can say the trend is still, daily uptrend still intact. Everything's still intact. Bulls are still in control. But we'll get more clues very soon. Yeah, as of now, zero signs of slowdown. Daily is already a bit overbought, and we have a mini divergence here. You can see divergence. We made a higher high. And the price is higher than Wednesday's high, but the RSI is lower than Wednesday high. So that's a slight divergence. There's a small clue, but doesn't mean this is the end of the bounce. But getting a little bit of clues. That would potentially be this zone right here. Potentially may be the top. But now we don't want to be guessing, and we will know when it's the top. When we get more clues, we want at least 3 or 4 confluence of signals telling us this may be the dollar temporary top before we say that. Right now we have one small one here, and let's see if we get more. So I update you guys tomorrow. Yeah, and make sure to subscribe, like, and share if you guys made it this far or learn anything. And feel free to support the channel if you guys like to get Sunday videos where you guys can request your own tickers. I do that every Sunday for members, and I will see you guys in the stock market of the video. Have a great rest of you guys' day.